There are events planned to mark the day across the country, and we've got the CBC's Cam MacIntosh standing by live in Winnipeg. So tell us, Cam, how the day is unfolding where you are.
Well, right now, Arthi, this is the beginning of a survivor's walk here in Winnipeg, and I can tell you there are hundreds, if not into the thousands of people here. It's a little hard to tell because people keep coming down here and keep kind of pouring in here. Last year, there was a march or a walk similar to this. The estimate was about 10,000 people, and organizers are hoping to get those kinds of numbers again here today. People coming to show their respects. This is a day of remembrance, but the organizers here also say that this is a day of celebration of Indigenous culture and a day of reconciliation and a day of hope for the future. A day where they say that people from all walks of life can come and participate in reconciliation. Here's one of the event organizers, Wayne Mason Jr.
It's a time to celebrate, a time to awaken everybody, to learn, to educate themselves on what had happened in these Indian residential schools and the survivors and the children that didn't make it home. So all these things are going to make it very emotional. There'll be a lot of supports. But again, to see everybody coming out in orange shirts is a great feeling. It shows that there's support.
So this march or this walk is going to continue on here. It's leaving the Forks here in Winnipeg or next to downtown Winnipeg. It's going to move over to Main Street, go through Portage and Main, so basically the main downtown portion of the city, down Portage Avenue and off to the RBC Convention Center here in Winnipeg, where there's going to be a large powwow that's again, open to anyone. The organizers here really want this to be an event not just for the Indigenous community here in Winnipeg and Manitoba, but for the broader community. And right now, that's what's happening. We're seeing people really from all walks of life here together and marking this day.
And Cam, there are some promises in Manitoba to make this day a statutory holiday. Where does that stand?
Yeah, those promises were made after September 30th last year when the basic impact of the day was seen. Many people were very pleasantly surprised within the Indigenous community and other communities as well by the turnout and the support that this day had in Manitoba last year, and it looks like it's happening again this year. Now, that legislation that was promised by the provincial Conservative government here, the Heather Stephenson government, hasn't come to fruition yet, and there has been criticism of that. The opposition NDP has criticized it. In fact, yesterday, they announced they tried to introduce their own legislation, which was defeated in the legislature. The provincial government saying that it will come forward with legislation in consultation with the community to figure out exactly what the community wants this day to be and the tone that it should strike. They say they're just not there yet, but that legislation is coming, and should point out next year is an election year here in Manitoba. And for a lot of people in this community, this will be an issue, the relations between the province and the Indigenous community. Arthi.
Thanks for this, Cam. That is the CBC's Cameron MacIntosh in Winnipeg.